Ideal guest star season 2 English teacher.
Rebecca Ferguson.
I would
the
die.
mom from
So
Dune?
serious.
I would die.
Yes. Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, Reese Witherspoon, Julia Roberts, Meryl Streep.
Bam.
Yeah,
Are you
Goldberg.
listening?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi's the
Yes.
new principal.
Yeah.
And she's got some new rules. Hey, I'm Sam Sanders. Thanks for checking out my show. This week, I'm talking with 2 creators who made the move from YouTube and social media to their own TV show, which is the dream, right? My guests are Brian Jordan Alvarez and Stephanie Koenig, and they are the 2 stars of the new FX show, English Teacher. They both play teachers, but this is not your ordinary high school teacher sitcom. Thank y'all for being here. I'm so excited.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
What
you
a
so
treat.
much. What a
It's
lovely
delightful.
intro.
And it's so
nice to meet
the
you.
sky is so blue today. I just feel like
Yeah.
You
and
know?
the wind.
The
I
wind
feel
is-
the
yeah,
just the
it's kind of
smell of
no wind
Maui is
today.
incredible.
I mean, the smell of IKEA and Amazon Prime. Let's talk English Teacher.
Yes.
And to start, I got to say, a lot of TV is in my incoming all the time. There are very few shows that I will watch in entirety in one day. I did that with y'all's show this
I
past
love
Saturday.
that.
I love that so much.
It felt real good.
I just did the math the other day. I guess it's a 3-hour. If you binge the whole thing, it's 3 hours. I think.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
And
It's
Wow,
like-
is that hard
Dune.
math to do?
It's almost impossible.
Yeah.
But when I got to the end of the formula, I was like,
You'll have to walk
I was
me
like
through
doing
it.
it was like the math in front of my mind.
Well, and what's great is none of the episodes are too long. If
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
the episode ends and I'm like, I could have taken 5 more minutes of that.
I know that's what I like. We like
Right?
to leave you wanting more.
Right?
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know they do go by so quickly.
I know.
And
It's
they're
really
8.
compact.
Yeah.
What is the elevator pitch, the minute-long description of this show?
He's
Tell
so
us.
good at it.
Okay.
He created
God,
it.
I haven't done this in so long. English Teacher is about me playing. It's about Evan Marquez, a teacher in a high school in a suburb of Austin, Texas,
Yes.
wrestling with the competing demands of students, parents, and the administration, and just trying to live his life.
And also, he's blind. I mean, gay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's
That was
gay.
the- You got it.
Yeah.
You got
Wait,
it.
I know
Oh,
that
no, he knows
exact
that.
quote.
And
yeah.
he's blind. I mean, he's
gay, I mean,
Wait,
blind.
we're going to talk about Eric Weihenmayer, who climbed the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, but he's gay. I mean, he's gay. Excuse me, he's blind. So we're going to talk about that right
See, he
after the
really
break.
does that.
Yes.
I love that one.
And so you are a gay English teacher
Yes,
in the
yes.
show, and
Yeah.
you are also, what's
Yeah.
your subject?
History teacher.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, and she's Evan's best friend.
Oh, they're
and she's the
besties.
apple of everybody's eye. And if you haven't watched the show, Stephanie's performance in the show is like transcendent. Some of the biggest laughs in the entire show are Stephanie just doing micro movements of her reaction with her face.
Yes.
And the crowd,
Yes.
because we've watched a couple of them in front of a crowd, and the crowd
Yeah.
just goes wild.
There was
It's
one,
crazy, yeah.
the episode where the crazy parent tries to organize against you.
Yes,
And then
yes.
she ends up winning you over. And there's
Yeah.
one shot where
Right.
it's just like, yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
so good.
Oh
That
right, I'm
Jen
like Linda
Lyon.
is here, and you go, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that you pointed out that this show takes place in an Austin suburb.
Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of folks hear Austin, they
Right.
think, oh, Portland of Texas, it's liberal. But this
Exactly.
area, this district, this school, it's not quite liberal, not quite conservative. They're grappling
Right.
with social issues, right?
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
get to play with all of it because it is near Austin. The characters generally live in Austin, but you're in the suburbs, so you're sort of getting Texas, but you're also getting
Yeah.
Austin. I personally grew up in Tennessee, but I went to high school in a very liberal bubble in Tennessee, which is a red state. So
Yeah.
it felt familiar to me, this idea of this sort of blue pocket in this red state.
Oh, for
and
sure.
just all of that. And in a high school, everybody just has to work together toward a common goal. So you have all these characters with all this sort of implicit friction that
yeah.
have to get something done. And
Yeah,
it
you
creates
can't
good
stay in the
comedy.
fight. You have to move
You gotta-
forward.
yeah.
That's
Move forward,
where-
yeah.
And it felt so true to life because I'm from South Texas.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
went
you
to,
are.
to a public high school where
wow.
truly you kind of never asked who was Democrat or Republican. You're just going to school.
Right,
You're
'cause
going
you
to
know-
school.
I know,
Because you know it's like
exactly.
you don't want to ask.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
want to know.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
So
What was it like
How
for
many
you
kids
growing
were in
up?
your graduating school?
Yeah, we have
Is
a lot
it
of
big?
questions.
it's a
Yeah.
big high school. So I went to 2 high schools. My first was Judson High School, 5A
Shout out.
football state champs. Second high school was Samuel Clemens High School. We graduated like 400 seniors. It was big.
That's a lot, right?
That's a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I was in marching band. We marched 200 kids on the football field.
I love
It
a
was-
marching band.
We love
What
it,
did you
baby.
play?
Saxophone. But I was drum major in my senior year, so I did this in front of everybody.
Oh,
my
you're
God.
conducting. That's basically the conductor, right? I was in band,
Oh.
but never marching band. But it must feel incredible being in marching band.
It's great until you
Being
realize
in
you're
the
doing the
music.
Yeah.
same song for 6 months. Like 6 months.
Well, it's probably also more fun when you're playing the instrument than when you're conducting.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I
So
can
you're a good
feel
sax
that.
player?
I was a music major.
Whoa.
Yeah, music composition.
Are you going to play the sax today on the show? Have you played
Bring
it
it out,
yet on the
Bennett.
Sam
You
Sanders
have the
show?
Bring
sax
out the
here?
sax.
Do you actually?
No. I should have brought
We're
it.
sort of in front of a
think
live
I've seen a lot
studio
of-
audience.
Right.
here,
I know.
actually.
What kind of high school students were y'all?
What kind of high school?
I was a bit of a class clown, I would say. I made
Okay.
very good grades. My parents, they laid down the law early about good grades, A's. And so I was just trained to get A's.
What
and
was
then
the repercussion?
the repercussion, some kind of grounding or something. It was they did a really good job of almost making it that the repercussions were unknown, but they were so bad that I don't
Yeah.
know. They didn't pitch it like that. They were just like, it was almost like an identity thing. It was like, you and your sister, you get A's.
Y'all
That's
are
what's
smart.
gonna happen.
Oh wow.
You know?
Yeah.
My parents paid me.
Really?
They paid the most for A's, a little less for B's.
Wow.
And
smart.
C's, get the F out of my house.
Did it work? Did it motivate?
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Did they, and they paid it even
I
more
wonder
for
how
A+.
much.
and shit?
Was it a $20
It
bucks?
went
$20,000 per A. Yeah.
Because in grade school, it was like $10 an A, but by the time I got to high school, it was like the ante was up.
Inflation.
Yeah. And you? What kind of kid were you in high school?
Well, so I had a really smart sister. So she was always getting straight A's. They never had to motivate her at
wow.
all.
Yeah.
And I was sort of like didn't really care. I still got mainly A's
Okay.
and B's without trying. I definitely remember he's a really good test taker. I was not. Like I would really have to work hard
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
to get A's.
Yeah.
I still did great, but
Which crowd
I
were
just
you
wasn't
in? Were you a goth? Were you a prep?
Oh, I wasn't
Were
in
you
a
You're still a
crowd.
goth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is dressed. I gotta put all of the black makeup on, the teardrops, but when I get out of here. But no, I didn't really have a crowd because I was competitive dancing. So I wasn't like I never got asked
Like in
to
the streets,
homecoming.
you know, like Step Up. Like
Hell
just
yeah.
find like
Yeah.
rival.
Hell yeah. What genre of dance?
Everything. yeah.
Really?
No, just step up type dance, like hip hops. No, everything. It was jazz, tap, lyrical ballet. We were like national. I really would. Don't tempt me. But yeah, it was very like jazz, a lot of jazz, a lot of 80s.
Oh, hell
big
yeah.
40 people on stage
Oh, hell
to
yeah.
It's Raining
And that's
Men.
part of why you felt so connected to the Powder Puff episode, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Let's
this
talk
sort of
about
big
that.
performance moment.
Yeah.
She wrote the Powder Puff episode.
Let's talk about that. I want to set this up because y'all tackle a social issue in a way that I had not seen before. And you do it a lot. Like the gun episode felt different. The drag episode felt different. The Powder Puff episode, set it up. It's your episode. Set it up.
If people don't know what powder puff is, because it's usually something in like the southern schools
Yeah.
and the Midwest.
We
where
did.
I
She had
grew
it
up.
growing up. I didn't have it.
We
Did
had
you
it.
have it.
We had it. Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
never
yeah.
did Powder Puff.
It's where the girls play football and the guys kind of dress up like cheerleaders and cheer them on. And so there's an issue with somebody that we're not sure who it is, but somebody's taking issue with the guys dressing up as girls. And so
I think we can spoil that, right?
yeah, okay,
It's like at
great.
the beginning of the episode, you think that you hear that somebody is saying it's wrong for the boys to dress up like cheerleaders. It's offensive, right?
Yes.
So my character hears this and he goes to talk to somebody about it. He goes, "What's the problem? These parents just need to lighten up about this." They go, "No, it's not the parents. It's the LGBTQIA2S+ Alliance that's saying that it's inappropriate for these jocks to dress up like cheerleaders because they're making fun of drag." And if they're going to do it, they need to do real authentic drag. And so that sparks my character Evan to then go get a real drag queen into the school, which then
to
creates
teach
a lot
these
of hijinks.
jocks
Yes.
how to dress
How
like
to do
beautiful
real
women
authentic drag.
with
Exactly.
titty bibs and
It's
all.
amazing. Well, and it's like
And all,
the
yeah.
big surprise there is that like you think the complaint will be coming from a parent. No, it's coming from the queer kids at the school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's
exactly.
so many
modern
moments
twist.
in the show where it surprises you in that way. How much of that was it just worked out that way, and how much of it was planned?
It was planned.
I think it was planned. And it's also to FX's credit. They're always asking for like, what's a better turn here? What's a smarter take? You know?
I think that's a good match for you. I always say this because Brian's comedy in general, like even with small little sketches, it's usually going, no, but they're going to see where we're going to go. Like, we need to take a left turn here. We need to go here totally and surprise
them.
them.
That is true, right? Because the thing that makes you laugh, I hadn't thought of that in a while. It's like somebody's going to laugh the hardest, basically if they're expecting something and then something else.
Yes.
Well, and I've always been doing
the right
that,
thing happens.
because I was going down a deep dive on y'all, the YouTube series y'all had years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's one episode where y'all are getting in the car and it's supposed to be raining, and one of you's like, your windshield wipers don't work well, and then they pan up, and the windshield wipers are arms.
Their hands, I know. That's Stephanie's show.
It's so good.
Oh, thank you.
It was amazing. It was amazing. But this idea of like,
and then she's
really
like, is this a
hard.
baby picture of you?
Yeah, the bit they slap a baby picture of Brian and smear it. They're trying to wipe it up with wipe up the, because at that time I had such a crappy old car that the windshield wipers, I think you came into my car at that time and I was like, look at it, they're smearing the water. They're
just pushing it around. They're kind of just pushing it around.
Yeah.
So then I just wrote that into the show. But
how much of this idea of like surprising viewers is a direct outgrowth of y'all getting your start on YouTube?
Or is it? It is. We don't. Yeah, I think it's like, maybe it's just what I think of as the funniest comedy is just like, can I totally surprise you in a moment when you really think when you know what's going to happen next, you know?
Yeah.
And hyperrealism. You do all that with hyperrealism.
Yeah,
it's not sketchy. It feels so real.
Right. Yeah.
I love that.
With the writing with the show, I think it's like we sometimes we write things that are slightly heightened, but Stephanie, me, the cast, Sean Patton, who's so great, Carmen Christopher, who's so great, Enrico Colantoni, everybody does these very grounded, real performances. So anything that's a little heightened can be sold by this very real acting and people really reacting to it like they would in real life. Especially like
Andreen,
Stephanie has
too.
such a subtle acting style. Andreen is so brilliant.
This character, Andreen Ward Hammond,
she plays Sharon,
her.
this mom who's like thinking the kids are playing all these games on this field trip.
The sex game mom.
Yeah. She's great.
So
but like,
good.
it's such a crazy thing that she's saying, and it feels so.
She grounds it,
right?
right. She's
it
playing
feels
like
real.
an Oscar movie.
It feels real.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, there are so many office comedies, work comedies. Why a school?
Why a school? Well, a school is kind of what I was saying before. I knew it would be like a good environment for kind of people from every different part of life, with every different opinion, to be kind of forced to come together and work toward a common goal. And everybody's kind of disagreeing all the time, right? The students are disagreeing about how they want to be educated. The parents are disagreeing about how you should educate their students. The administration has its own ideas, and then they're getting disagreement from the board above them. And Evan and all of the teachers in the show are sort of at the center of all this, just trying to be like, can I just get something right for once? And there's just so much comedy to mine.
Well,
there.
and I like that a school also introduces multiple generations.
Yeah.
You got
Exactly.
older folks and younger folks.
Right.
Like, there's this joke y'all deliver early on where I forget which of you says, like, the kids aren't woke anymore. They're like post-woke.
Right. Yeah, it's that first little lunch line thing.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep up to where the kids are.
Right. Yeah, and seeing these loops, the way the culture is always looping and
Yes.
yeah.
I think that's why the show can keep going on and on forever, because it'll keep shifting.
Following the
new.
loops.
Let's speak that. Let it go on forever and ever.
Forever
FX.
and ever. Yeah, it's
17
actually the first
seasons.
eternal show. Yeah.
Bam. There you go.
And also, my mom she's a university professor. My sister is a teacher, so it's like it's sort of in my blood in a way.
Yeah.
And you liked English classes.
I liked English classes. Yeah, I went to a high school called St. Andrew Sewanee School, which was this school in that liberal pocket in Tennessee.
Okay.
And they just had this really incredible English department. These teachers, Phil White, Claire Reichman, Tom Gladstone. I don't know how to explain
names.
it. I know. I'm name dropping my high school English teachers.
Also,
But
every
they were
gay
very
man loves their
intellectual.
high school English
I know,
teacher.
exactly.
You have to. Miss Donahue,
exactly.
love you.
Yeah,
Miss
shout
you.
out Miss Donahue.
Shout out Miss Donahue.
Yeah.
She was at the second school?
Yes. Which teacher from y'all's youth did you most channel to play your roles?
Ooh, good question.
Stella Adler. No, I'm just kidding. You know who that is?
No, who's that?
She's like an acting teacher from the 20s or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Taught
she did method
Brando.
acting.
Yeah, something like
I
that.
think.
I don't know
Or maybe
what
it's called
kind.
Adler technique. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh wait. What? Oh, which teachers did we channel? I don't think I channeled. I think I was very like me if I was a teacher. I think the same for you, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're an actor, you kind of have to be like, well, what if I had this real job?
Yeah, well, and also it's like I never had an out gay teacher growing up. It still wasn't that time.
Did I have a teacher? No, I don't.
I think I did have one, but I was assuming the choir teacher was
usually
gay, but
usually.
Yeah,
I didn't even have a teacher that I suspected of being gay.
Really?
I don't think. Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
I know. I can't think of. I mean,
It's
there
probably
must
because
have
they're all
been
in the
one.
South. You know, you can't really.
You can't
tell.
be out. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Like I
You're
I know
right.
that I had a bunch of queer instructors who were just never out. And I remember now saying this, they'd bring their partners to campus.
Right.
They just like they'd bring their
them in the
partners to
show.
campus
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just be helping out on the side.
Right.
And
In
like,
the pilot
okay.
episode of English Teacher, Evan is under investigation because he kissed his boyfriend
Yes.
goodbye in front of a group of students.
Yeah.
And the mother complains.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Very similar to that.
I want to get back to this joke that really stuck with me from the first episode where y'all say the kids aren't woke anymore. There's something else.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was thinking
It's
watching
looped back. It's come
it's
all the
looped
way back around.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was thinking watching the show, which deals with social issues, which has a queer lead, which features a drag queen in an episode. But I was like, oh man, would y'all call this show woke or something else?
I don't know. I think that's up for I want the audience to tell me what the show's
Okay.
about. I want
Yeah.
them to
That's a
divide.
good
But you can
point.
tell me what you think.
I'll tell you what I
Yeah.
think.
That's what I wanna hear.
And why I like this show so much. It's like attempting to be woke as a show in 2024 is like the lowest hanging fruit. And what English Teacher does really well, it like makes you think it's going to fully be grappling with these ideas of woke performance, and it questions the performance the entire time.
Yes.
Like this show questions
Ideally,
what
it's
it
looking
means.
at everything. It's
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
look
That's-
open-mindedly.
I haven't
at
heard
a
it
lot
put
of
like that.
things.
Yeah.
That's really well
Yeah,
said.
It is
That's a
like
good take.
smarter and bigger than that word. And I think that a lot of comedy in this moment has been flattened to be either you're on the right side
this or
you're
that.
on the wrong
Sure,
side.
sure.
And this show is just
a hot
like
take, yeah.
there be sides, lots
yeah.
of them.
Yeah, well, I think one thing we try to do, and maybe every show is trying to do this, but we think about it, is like writing the characters from a very empathetic place where we're just like, well, this is a person who's doing something that they think is the best thing they can do, you know? And so everybody's doing that, but they're all disagreeing about what that is.
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah. Well,
you
and
know?
people who sign up to teach high school students, they're in it for the right reasons.
Yeah,
like you
I
have
know.
to, it's a sacrifice.
Right,
And they're not
that's
paying you
true.
enough.
It is
And
noble work.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
noble
I
work.
have so
and
much
whether
respect.
you
And
walk
they
into the
care
classroom.
so much.
You
Like
care.
talking
They
to
do.
any like teachers that I know right now, like they love it so much, and it is a lot of hard work. But
It's
they
hard
love their
work.
students so much,
Yeah,
and
they
it,
do, yeah.
What do y'all hear from teachers?
Well, what I
Tell
hear
me.
is that laying in the laws of discipline at the beginning of the school year is a thing you really have to handle quite seriously because
yeah.
other's the classroom won't have any
You got to
sort
be
of
mean the first week.
Yeah.
yeah, it won't have any constraints for the whole year. And
Hard
I think
boundaries.
we can look at that more in, God willing, for, further writing of the show, because
Yeah.
I think we're finding our characters when those things would already have been laid in. But I really hear that like it's a big deal. It's like you got 30 kids in here,
Yeah.
and you got to figure out how they're gonna feel like this class operates every day on a day-to-day
yeah.
level.
And no one understands the intricacies of the manipulation of human emotion more than high school students. It is wild.
Yeah.
They scare me.
You
I'm at
know-
the age now where they scare me.
yeah, I mean that Sean has Marky, the character of Marky,
Sean Patton.
talks about that in the pilot, like how the students are
They
like
want
an
the
insane
power.
asylum
Yeah,
trying to get out.
yeah.
But
they want the
you
power
know,
they feel from getting someone in trouble.
the
yeah.
power, yeah, exactly. There is sort of, and I don't think it's all students.
No, but that does exist.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, because I mean, even when like I can think of myself in school, you could tell if a teacher was like a little bit more lax, and then the classroom would just get like
Exactly.
so
We would
rowdy.
eat the
Exactly.
substitute teachers alive.
Oh my God, us too.
In
I
8th
know.
grade,
I know.
in band class, we had a sub. She walked in and we knew. We're like, oh, we got you, girl.
Oh no.
20 minutes in, she ran
gave
out of the
up.
band hall in tears.
Oh, that's me. That would be.
Oh my gosh.
Say more. Say
that would-
more.
I'm just saying, like I would probably be if I was a substitute teacher and the kids were giving me
I know.
a lot of
Oh,
grief.
me too. I wouldn't be able to handle
start-
5 minutes of it. I
No,
know.
yeah, it's
we
okay.
we have heard from a lot of teachers like, thank you. This show really is showing what it's like today, and
True.
especially I think what they're noticing is how we're sort of getting the kids right, like because I think something our show does, and this is largely to FX's credit and to Paul Sims's credit and all of our great writers, is we make it so that it's not just that the teachers are teaching the kids are often teaching the teachers in the
Yes.
show, and the kids
Yeah.
are
Yes.
often smarter about a subject. They know what's going on right now and how to handle the situation right now. And so I think that kind of showing the reality of students and their intelligence, and also writing them in an empathetic way has done wonders for the
Well,
show.
and it's like no one is like purely noble. Like
Right.
you'll have a moment where you're like, these are the sweetest kids ever, and then they're just effing with y'all.
Right, they're people.
They're people.
They're
What is the one
people.
episode where one of the kids is claiming that
So she
she
died for 2
has
minutes?
no, the one who
Oh,
has like
asymptomatic
Tourette's.
asymptomatic Tourette's.
Right,
Also
right,
known
yeah.
as Kayla syndrome.
Yeah, which is also
to be
known as
respectful.
KS.
Yeah.
It was
exactly.
incredible.
That's episode 3, right? That
Yeah.
was a
Yes.
yeah. Episode
I can't even
3.
set it up without just saying that like these kids were playing the teachers. They're just playing the teachers.
Yes,
and like you
yes.
displayed that.
A
It
lot
was
of
good.
excellent student performances.
Oh, hell
in
yeah.
that episode.
Hell yeah. I want to talk about another episode in particular, and if I'm giving too much spoiler, tell me. But there's an episode
So like the last minute of the last episode when
one of them
happens.
dies. The gun episode.
Yeah.
How much can I set that up without giving the whole thing away?
Well, what we can say is that we have an episode that looks at guns in schools and talks about it. And I think, I'm happy with the response we've gotten, because it's something we really wanted to take seriously and handle well. I think FX had really smart notes about it, and they knew like, if we're going to do this episode, we have to do it the right way. And it's ended up being an episode that people talk about a lot. So I hope people go and watch that episode.
love that.
I don't think I want to spoil
I don't
Yeah,
think
don't
you
spoil
should.
it.
the
Don't spoil
twist,
it.
but that is episode 4.
Four,
now.
okay,
it used to
yeah.
be 5.
Yeah. Well, I like that it respects both sides of the conversation, and it respects the intelligence of them and the good intentions of both
Yeah,
of
it
them.
really talks about it.
And the
Yeah.
reality of what is happening.
What's going on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
The ways in which
That episode's called School Safety, by the way, if you're browsing Hulu right now.
also watch them all.
Yeah,
Watch
them
all the
please.
episodes.
Come on.
Out of order.
For people who are fans of your TikTok characters, who I won't even stop to describe, I'll just say go watch them. They're wild.
TikTok by Jordan Alvarez.
My wife told me I'm not allowed to go to TJ Maxx today, and I want to know if anybody think that is allowed.
I'm getting a car wash in Phoenix, Arizona. When I see these little bubbles and the water pouring, I think of the rains of our soul.
How surprised were they to see you in this role in this show?
Pretty surprised.
Because I was, as someone who loves your TikTok stuff.
Oh, so you were hip to the TikToks
Oh,
first.
sitting is a bop.
Is the opposite of standing.
Yes,
actually,
yeah.
Sitting is the opposite of standing. Sitting is the opposite of running around. And sitting is a wonderful thing to do.
But I saw you in the show and I was like, huh. And then you would post, you'd be like, there's some people who would like only know you from one TikTok persona and then be like, oh, he's gay?
Right, I know. Yeah,
Right.
that's
That's
the big
crazy
thing.
to me.
I know. A lot of my fans are discovering
there's like a
this,
character
yes.
he does so many characters
Yeah.
that there's so many different parts of the planet
cinematic
of different
universe.
people that will come in at different times
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
not know like the whole universe.
Yeah. I know that is true. Yeah, people will be like, "Oh, but I knew you from this. I knew you from this."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I've just been trying to make stuff to make people laugh for years. But yeah, I do famously have this character TJ Mack who has a wife and a son that he talks about all the time. So then I
right.
didn't realize that anybody thought that element was real.
Because it's not real.
Because
It's
it's
a
obviously not
character.
real. I'm like doing a face filter, but all these girls were saying, "Oh my god, my boyfriend was confused because he was like, doesn't this guy have a wife and son?" So I don't have a wife and son. I love it.
Were there some people who were like, you doing this role after that? It's like,
No, people like it. Yeah.
They
I
like
think. I mean, maybe no. I don't think so.
I
think people are like, "Oh,
yeah.
this makes sense," because the show, it just makes sense for the show. Yeah.
I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, and like admired the way you could go from,
Big crazy characters to kind of
crazy
subtle,
cartoonish character,
grounded
like this like
acting.
subtlety.
Yeah.
which skill from the short form videos, the YouTube series, the TikToks has been the most transferable to this capital TV
That's a
TV
great
show?
question.
I mean, I'm always thinking about like, I'm so grateful that it took a bit for me to, I don't know, find footing in a way, and that we took time to make our own like sketches and our own
Right,
stuff.
you found your voice as a creator,
your
so
voice,
writer
yeah.
and director.
Yeah.
So it's
If
the
we had just
voice.
made it as actors at 21, we
Yes.
probably wouldn't have figured out how to do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's the universe. I mean, for me, it's like life wanted that of me. It was like you have more to give than just this one.
Yes,
thing, you know?
yes.
Well, and then when you do have the TV show, it's like fully yours. It's no one
I
else's
know,
vision
it's
but
so
yours.
cool. I'm so grateful. Yeah, I know. And that's, I mean, not to be just bowing to FX so much, but it's like the fact
It's
that
fine.
that people watch the show and they go, Brian, this show is so your voice and you guys' voice. It's great. It's like the voice
Yeah.
didn't get lost. In fact,
totally.
it got enhanced
Oh,
and
yeah.
better
Yeah.
by this process.
Well,
yeah.
and it's like, not to bring up that other school show, but like, I admire that this show is not at all Abbott. It's not Abbott. And
Yeah,
I
they're
love them
totally
both, but it's
different.
different.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And I think sometimes
And that's an amazing show.
Yeah,
I
it's an
know.
amazing show. I love that show. But sometimes the note from the execs is, oh, make Abbott 2.0. Make this
yeah.
again. Make that again. Y'all aren't doing that. And that just, again, speaks to FX.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, but I did think this was a great question about like what abilities translate from making stuff on your own, and I think you might agree, which is like we were like making stuff like with a camera and friends, and so the level to which we understand just how to set up shots, how lighting, like we were rigging lights ourselves on
Gosh.
us.
Yes.
So we know we're
Changing
like when I'm like,
lenses.
wait, can you make that light a little more?
You get
like,
it.
Make me
Yes.
look better. Like
Yeah.
it's like we've done that. We've
Yes.
been the person moving
Yeah.
the light. We've been the person changing the lens.
Yeah.
Hauling. I mean, what we've said is like it's so nice making stuff now at an actual professional level because you don't have to haul equipment.
We don't have to haul equipment. We don't
You
have
just
to
have to-
feed everybody
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
pizzas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we would get sound on. She made a whole spy movie that's on YouTube. It's a masterpiece.
Oh, gosh, it's so funny.
I love it.
pick
I love
up-
it.
We would pick up the sound by strapping an ace bandage around our chest and putting an iPhone in there, and that's how
The
you
bags
my
of ace
lyrics.
bandages that
Yeah,
I still
yeah,
have
yeah.
somewhere in my
I'm just hoping
garage.
everybody has their iPhone. Like, you have an
Yes.
iPhone, right?
Yeah, using
Bringing
that
a couple
voice memo.
extras.
Really?
Oh, and then editing it yourself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even with editing,
But
like
we know how to edit too. Yeah.
Yeah, knowing
you
how to
just
edit.
learn what the medium is.
Yeah.
So then even when you're acting, you know more.
You can know.
Yes.
Well,
Because we just offer the editors options in our acting. you
Well,
know?
it makes you more efficient as an actor. I also find that actors that have come up the machine that way, they're nicer to be around because they respect everyone else's time.
Right,
They
right, 'cause
respect
we've been
everyone
like,
else's
I've been all
craft.
these
Like,
positions,
I held
yeah.
the lights. I
Right.
did this.
Yeah.
I respect you in your time. I'm not going to be an asshole to you.
yeah, it's like in theater school when they make you do shop class
Yeah,
and
you gotta do
lighting
it all.
class. 'cause
You gotta do it
they're
all.
Like, don't be a jerk as
Don't
an
be a
actor.
freaking jerk.
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't be a freaking jerk.
exactly.
I know.
How'd y'all meet?
We met on
On that
a
student
student
film.
film. Yeah.
Okay.
The
Which
night-
student? What students?
It was some students from UC.
UC Santa Barbara.
UC Santa Barbara, yes,
Yeah.
UCSB.
Mm-hmm.
A very sweet
Walsh,
group, Jameson.
Kia,
We love Jameson. Yeah.
Kirash.
Yeah, Kia. And they were making a movie, and we were like the actors in it. And the night I met Stephanie, I literally was like, "Who are you? What is this?"
You were drawn
because
to
she
her?
was she was being so funny that I was like, "How did this arrive on Earth?
What
Like,
was she
who
doing?
is this person?"
Tell me through it. Tell me.
Just this. I don't know. I mean, just the way she's been making me laugh.
Also,
this
my
whole
hair was
interview.
really high and up, so
Nice.
that was a big
What's
draw
Nice.
as well. I think
I
I was.
know. Yeah. Exactly. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like a zombie drawn to it.
Yeah,
How did you feel when
from
you
the
met him?
80s. Well, so I was replacing somebody. They had shot something.
Can you
right?
believe there was a recast?
A recast.
Of a student film.
I'm so grateful for that.
Amazing.
I'm so grateful.
Amazing.
Bless
These
you.
picky students. Oh my God.
I
know,
know.
I
It's not gonna work.
I know.
But they had sent me. I knew this guy Jameson from my college who was making this
Yes,
and was like,
yes.
"Hi, can you come shoot this?"
Mm-hmm.
And sent me a little short of what they had shot, and it was him and Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I was like, I don't want to go do a film, like whatever.
In Santa Barbara.
In Santa Barbara.
Well, no, in
It was
LA.
in
Shot
okay.
in
Woodland Hills. Yeah.
There's a good sushi place over
okay.
there.
But I watched it and I was like, oh, this is incredible. Who the hell is that guy?
Okay.
And so I was like, I'll do it to act with him.
Really?
Like I'll get like a lesson or
I
something.
always
Okay.
forget that part of the story.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I signed up because of seeing his
I love that.
magic. And then we just couldn't stop laughing on set.
Yeah.
I
What year
remember
was
the first
that?
time I saw her, like, you were changing in a closet or something. I mean, you were clothed, but you had just changed something, but you like popped your head out.
Yes,
it's
I remember
like this
that.
image of your head popping horizontally out and being like, hi.
Yeah.
I didn't know that would be
What a
my
meet
best
cute.
friend. Yeah,
What a
I
meet
know.
cute. What year was
Really
that?
Cute.
2011
or 2012. One of those.
2011.
Yeah.
No, 2012?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
So 13 years of working together.
Maybe.
Was it 2012? Yes. Wait, we were 25.
Yeah, I guess so.
So like 12-ish years of working together. There are all kinds of creative partnerships in a city like this one and an industry like this one that don't last that long.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's the secret sauce?
We knew
Communication.
communication.
Oh,
That's right. But we actually knew like we should try to make something together because that like I don't know, that'll just give us an excuse to hang out. Yeah. And it worked. And actually we like tried to make some short film that we didn't end up even finishing, but it got us. And then we started making the sketches and stuff. But yeah,
it's a
we've always
balance.
been friendship first.
Exactly. It's friendship first. And I think, but I think it's like we have just as much fun working together as we do when we're like at a diner and just hanging out. Like it's
or in an
all the
escape
same.
room.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's all
we're
the same
escape
room.
rooms.
Yeah.
But it's like it feels precious to me to be like, no, this is really fun. This is like
Special, yeah.
gives a lot of joy, and so just to keep like nurturing it.
Yeah.
And like we keep doing really fun projects
I know.
together.
I just feel so grateful to get to be here.
Well,
Yes.
and it shows. Like you can see the friendship, feel the friendship. Because I've seen some other professional creative duos where it's like you can tell, oh, y'all hate each other.
I know, but the other
You can
thing is,
see it.
anytime I see Stephanie perform, it's like I get to be blown away by her talent every time. So then I have this best friend who I like adore, and then I see, and I'm like, oh my god, that talent is crazy.
Yeah,
You
That's
know?
how I feel, and that's how I feel about him.
It's like
I love that.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So hypothetical, you both have to write a role for the other, and they have to play it. They cannot say no. I want you to.
Interesting.
You know what we should do?
Yes,
is
go.
do an
Do it.
American remake of All About My Mother, and you play the lead.
Which one is that?
Which
A Pedro
the mother?
Almodovar movie, Todo Sobre Mi Madre. You've never seen that?
No.
It's so good. I just
He
watched
won
it
the Oscar
recently.
for it.
What's
Yeah,
it
yeah.
about?
It's about a mother who loses her son and then goes back to the city she used to live in to sort of find the father and tend to some unfinished business. But it's a very Almodovar has these beautiful, big, winding, sort of grand stories, you know. But
Okay.
it's very
Whole
like
life.
everyone's just serving a look and the production design and the drama and the acting. Cecilia Roth, the lead actress in it, is so amazing. We're maybe hoping we could get her to play my mother on the show or something.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gosh.
Okay. So that's your role. I like that.
go, yeah.
What do you make him play?
Well, it's funny. I'm already writing stuff for
Oh, right.
him.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
Recently,
this is a moot point. Yeah, there's already scripts.
I know there's so many.
I know.
No, but I like to put him as like very crazy characters because
Yeah, yeah.
again, there's nothing he can't do.
Yeah.
So I would like him to play a demon.
Yo, say more about
very
the
funny
demon. Say more
demon.
about the demon.
Both terrifying, but because he's one of the rare people that could make something really scary and then turn it really funny, like
cute and funny.
instantly, really believe it. So I think I would put him. Yeah, I just like dressing him up. I also just like dressing him up as a woman. I'll
love
probably
that too,
always
yeah.
dress you
I
up
know.
as a
I know. I
woman.
play the female. I play Evelina, the villain in her. In one
Yeah,
of her.
the female
and I also play
villain
Jack
in-
Johnson, the
I love
action
A spy
hero
movie.
in a spy
Oh,
movie.
beautiful, beautiful. Which of your previous characters, any of them, from YouTube, from TikTok, from whatever, any of your characters, which of them most needs a sitcom? And what is a sitcom?
Wait, I have to use the bath
Oh my God, yes.
just so I can. Yeah,
Let's go right here.
I'll give you 30 seconds.
Do your thing. Do your
Should I
thing.
go too?
Whatever you need.
Oh,
Whatever you
okay.
need. Yeah. I love those heels, by the way.
I know. I have to walk. Is it far?
It is like outside the building.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. All right, we're back, and it's time for a game. Can we play a game?
Yeah.
All right, so we have a special game just for y'all
Okay.
this episode. This game is called Grade the Teacher.
Okay, great.
The two of you join a very long list of teachers on the small screen. And on that list, some of those teachers are better than others. I want the two of you to give grades for iconic teachers from TV history.
Ooh.
I might make you explain your grades.
Are you going to name them or are we just
I'm going to name them.
Okay.
I'm going to name them. I'm going to pull my laptop
I
out.
hope I'll know who they
The
are.
logo's in the shot.
I know. Same.
Yeah.
You feel free to
I might
Google if you
not.
want to like see them.
I don't know.
But it's a pretty good
I
list.
mean, I can think of Robin Williams and Dead Poets Society.
Grade them.
Isn't it A?
B minus, trying too hard.
Too hard, yeah.
Like imagine that teacher every day for a whole semester or school year. It's
I
too
haven't
much.
seen the movie. I just know the trailer and
It's a lot. He
Is it
lays
a
it
lot?
on thick.
It was good.
Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. Give him a grade.
Ooh, okay. I think he was really too involved in their lives. I thought it's like
Isn't he
Mr.
the
Feeney is at the
principal?
house.
Oh, he was the principal. Yeah.
Principal, teacher, yeah. I would say a B for effort, but just too involved in the
Yeah.
Too much at the house.
too much at the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, get out of the house.
I agree. Okay.
Same. I don't know him very well.
Yeah.
I watched a Little Boy Meets World. Yeah. I will not. I bet I will not have watched enough.
I know,
of
me
these
too.
things.
That's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Kate Keller from the Gossip Girl reboot. Again, fail.
Dang it! I did not watch the Gossip Girl reboot.
You're fine.
But your
But my
husband
husband was in
on
the
Gossip Girl.
Girl.
Really?
He had a big
Yes.
part on Gossip
Which,
Girl.
the reboot or the original?
The
original.
original.
Oh my God. What
I
was
haven't
he?
seen Gossip Girl, but he was the long lost brother of
One of the leads of Parker.
maybe
Penn Badgley?
Penn Badgley, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, so he'll get approached in the street. We were at the Chateau Marmont.
As one is.
Yeah.
You guys in Lana Del Rey, probably.
Yeah, me and Lana and Chris,
Mm-hmm.
my husband, were there. And he got like stopped by some like girl who was like
Wow.
touchy and stuff, and it was really funny.
Nice. Nice.
I was like, yes, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She wanted to get a picture.
Whoa.
Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus.
Oh.
She was great. A+.
I
with
guess
honors.
she's great, but like I think as a
But-
parent, I would be like, stop taking my kids inside people's bodies. Stop shrinking
lot.
them down.
It's
Stop
a
shrinking
lot.
my kids,
To
honey.
quantum sight.
Don't shrink the kids.
Yeah.
You
Also,
don't take
whoever
the
made that show was clearly on psychedelics.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
what
come
it came
on.
out in the 80s, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
really
late
acid.
90s?
it's giving acid for sure.
That show was so cool.
I wonder who played
I
her.
want to go on one of those trips.
I do want to go on.
Pure fun.
As a
Where
student,
would you
I'd be like,
go?
you're the best teacher ever.
Into the.
But which part of the body?
Be cool to check out the stomach.
No.
The heart.
Bile.
Oh yeah, maybe be. Oh yeah, you burn
The
with
shoulder.
acid.
I feel like
The brain.
I feel like the desert
shoulder.
climate of the body is hair.
Right.
Because it's
that's
actually already
right.
dead.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
you're
dry.
right,
Like
I know. And the
riding
nails.
through the hair would be
Surfing
like
the hair
driving through the
strands.
right.
Yes.
It is giving. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is
good.
the same vein where you're shrinking and going into. I would like to go not out of the body and into a lawn.
Oh, it's dangerous
I
in a
know.
lawn.
wanna
I
be
know,
on
but-
Honey, I Shrunk the
Dangerous.
Kids.
Adventures.
It's too bad they weren't having a good time in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Because it would be so fun, but the whole time they're stressed.
They're
'cause they don't
stressed
know
the
how
hell
to
out.
Shrink.
An auntie. You remember Auntie?
that?
The
Who
aunt.
was that? Oh yeah.
Oh, I forgot
You
about
also couldn't do Honey, I Shrunk the Kids anymore because like lawns are not eco-friendly. We're trying to save the planet. You can have a
Are
big
they?
old lush
but they're
lawn.
natural. I have a natural lawn in my.
Not with that
like,
much grass, though.
where I
It's
grew up.
different. It looks different,
Yeah, it's
right?
more weeds based.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
has to be climate friendly.
It does have to be climate.
I'm trying to figure
My
out
lawn's
which of
not
these
doing well.
teachers y'all would know.
We'll list them and we'll be like, we know
We're
that
like, yes?
one, yeah.
No.
Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell.
Don't know that.
I have a slight
You never watched
swimming.
Saved by
I
the
watched
Bell?
a little bit.
Stop. You never watched Saved by the... Leave my office.
I know.
You gotta go.
Sorry. I know. What?
What were
How,
you doing?
how did I miss that?
What
it
were you
just wasn't
doing?
like on in my
It
family.
was always on. It was always on TBS.
I mean, they didn't turn the channel on. I was dancing. I was dancing.
That's right.
I had no time to watch TV.
Wait, so you're a dancer, but you've never seen the iconic Jesse Spano, I'm so excited, I'm so scared clip. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Wait.
No, but I've seen Showgirls. She really
Yeah.
dances even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I might have seen
In
that.
one episode of Saved by the Bell, Jesse Spano takes caffeine pills to stay up because
Wait,
she's
she's played by Elizabeth,
Mm-hmm.
right?
yeah, because she also is a dancer and valedictorian, and she takes so many caffeine pills that she has like a breakdown. You gotta watch this.
What are
She's so good,
caffeine
and she's good in
pills?
Showgirls.
Where are those
Yeah.
caffeine pills?
5 Hour
Give me
Energy.
a couple of those.
I know the 5 Hour Energy is maybe the new.
Listen, 5 Hour
there's still
Energy can
caffeine
start a
pills.
car. It can start a car.
5 Hour Energy.
Like,
If 5 Hour Energy can start a car, it's good enough for
it's
me.
good enough for me.
Wait, also, is the audience catching your cute shoes?
Oh my God.
I know.
They're not.
What are
They're
they?
asymmetrical.
They are asymmetrical.
right.
Yeah,
Or
they
no?
are. They
They're
are. There's this.
incredible.
They're like stripped out of one big piece.
There's
of
this
cloth.
brand that sources all their stuff from like North Africa, so all the materials and fabrics
Gorgeous.
are from there. Thank
yes.
you.
I love them.
You win. You get an A.
I know.
Wow.
Those shoes get.
I actually tried to channel my best, like if I were to dress like an English teacher, but fun. What would I
Oh,
wear?
I know. Something
Yeah.
felt familiar about your
You know,
outfit.
English teacher. English
Yeah.
teacher. Ideal guest star season 2, English teacher.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Who's that?
Rebecca Ferguson from
I want her
Dune.
to play the theater teacher.
I would
the
die.
mom
She's
from
so
Dune?
serious.
I would die.
Yes, yes.
Wait.
There was a couple. Was it Vivica A. Fox? We were
Vivica
talking
would be
about?
so good. We
she'd be
love
so
Vivica,
good.
yeah.
Make Timothy Chalamet a stoner substitute teacher.
Oh
Can
my
you
God.
imagine?
Timmy.
If he found
You
the
could pull
time
it
in